making this in 2002 for the day that it would have come up in 2002 too. I'm still working on all kinds of problems. So anyway, let's get into the movie. Pixel should pop up, well, there someplace. Maybe it's down here and going up there. I don't know. Depends on how aggressive I want to get with the game plan, with the the um, the billboard. Anyway, so this is a science fiction action comedy based on several video games. You got Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Space Invaders. They're all done in 3D, so these heroes of this game go, or this movie go fight um, find well, yeah, fight these creatures throughout the thing. It's pretty good the way they did it. It's funny. It's a pretty good name, or a pretty good game, or a pretty good show to watch. It's a comedy, so okay. So it basically starts out with um, them playing video games in video game competitions on stage with the old big console games like you grew up with in the arcade, to see who's the world champion, and then they take all the um, record all the video games and then stick that in a spaceship and send it off, and aliens reach it and decide they're going to go to war with the Earthlings over the game. I guess they destroyed the society where it landed, where they got it, because they were fighting each other as these video game creatures. So they show up, and it's round 1, 2, and 3, and then I think it's Adam Sandler is one of our stars. Who else is in this thing? Yeah, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Michelle Montgomery. Then we got Peter Dorkley. I'm butchering that name anyway. So Adam Sandler is running around with the president of the United States, and they're trying to figure out how to beat these games. Of course, the Wonder Kid. They've got all kinds of crazy names they call each other. The Dorkmobile and all that. Adam Sandler's kind of in a little love triangle with a woman. He turns out to be a cable or a geek installing stuff, which he doesn't do very good, convincing you that he's the geek installing stuff. But, it's fun to watch. It's a pretty good movie. They run Pac-Man down the middle of New York. Donkey Kong plays in New York. They blow up a lot of stuff, disintegrate. Wonder what that was about. They disintegrate stuff, and then they do a lot of crazy things in this movie. They turn Mini Coopers into ghosts for Pac-Man, run around the streets and chase Pac-Man or get chased. If you don't know those old movies, you're going to have to go find them and check it out, because if you don't understand the movies or the games, the ancient games we used to play when we were kids, you're not going to understand the movie. It's really a funny movie. I would actually say to go ahead and watch this whole thing, so that watch this over and over and over again if you can still find it on the place, and see what happens. I got some new followers on Twitter. That's what that was about. That's pretty good. I think I'm up to 100. Not very many, but hopefully it gets bigger. They got games in here like Duck Hunt. Well, we already talked about Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and all the arcade games they basically squeezed into this movie. It really turns out to be a pretty good Pretty good action, thriller, well, science fiction. What'd they call it? I said it already. They called it a science fiction action comedy. Well, it turns out to be a pretty good movie for this. And I seem to be stuttering my words again. Now, this thing was released in 2015, which is pretty good. I mean, it was great when it came out in theaters. I mean, it was a good date night movie because it was funny, action, get everybody happy. They did a real good job with this movie. I'd say the special effects are the best. And the arcade games are from 1982 in that area. Because when they were on stage doing the thing, they didn't show it at first, but towards the end of the movie, you're going to find out one of them is using a cheat code. And I'm not going to tell you who. You have to go watch the movie. And I don't fortunately have a link to the movie to give you, or otherwise I'd put it in the description. Because at this point in time, my Amazon affiliate marketing account is closed because nobody was buying anything. Maybe that'll change by this time you see this movie on or movie review on YouTube. Anyway, so I know it's kind of short, and I should be talking more about it, but I can't seem to get longer. But I did like this movie. I gave it a full 6 stars or 5 stars, whatever it is, on the rating system that I've been using to rate movies out in public. And I have this in my collection on my Plex server. I watch it a lot, all the time. But, this is fun. So this thing was distributed or released by Sony Pictures. It had a whole bunch of co-producers, production companies that were involved in this to collaborate to make it all work, which they did a pretty good job. I kind of like the way they did it. Adam Sandler's in his old age is getting better at being an actor than he did when he was younger, which we'll get into some of those. I got a lot of those movies. So it was English. It was released in China. They probably dubbed over, but it was a United States movie. It went 106 minutes long, which is pretty good, decent for a movie. Keep you on your seat if you can sit in the seat for that long without having to run out to the bathroom. But if you're watching at home, it don't matter. You can just press pause. So anyway, they spent 88 million to 129 million making the thing. They don't know exact number because nobody really does. At the box office when it came out, they made 244.9 million. And it was a pretty good movie. I still would love to have it. So there we go. That one's, Pixel is a pretty good movie. It's great for kids. I mean, it's a real good movie. I think they rated it at PG. I'd have to go look at the case, but it should be a PG movie. It's one of those movies that'll keep your kids entertained because you never know which way it's going to go, which turn. They do a lot of fun stuff in it. And we're going to go ahead and get off of this thing, and we'll see you at the next one. And hopefully you've liked and subscribed if you even get to this far in the movie or video review. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.